days for retirement, and I don't need no problems. And the last thing I need is a report coming my way from a student counselor after I tell a little girl to cover up and she tries to make it seem like I'm being a pervert. You know what? Why don't you call her mother? And he says, man, with all due respect, only thing that's going to happen if I call that girl's mother is a larger version of her is going to come up here, dressed the same, with the same level of maturity and the same disposition, yelling at me saying I'm looking at her daughter. Oh, and that's not all. I know a male driver trainer that ended up training a female driver, and when he did not give her the green light, she went in there and told them folks he failed her because she went to sleep with him. She couldn't bag up. And then when they asked her to bag up, because it's like about 80% of the job, guess what the hell we couldn't do? That's not all. Then there was management, and there was an employee who had been written up several times due to altering her uniform to fit tighter, claimed that she hurt her arm. And she went to this said manager, as most employees do when they claim that they are hurt, and he looked at her arm and touched her arm. And he was then her being fired due to altering her uniform. One thing I can say, if women continue to weaponize their sexuality in this way in the West, you're going to see politicians and officials put forth policies to incentivize the removal of women in many sectors in the workforce.
Yeah, we are so far removed from there actually being any consequence from this type of stuff that I don't think people even understand it. Really, the West has a masculinity problem. Men are not willing to stand up or do anything about it because I think most men prioritize peace over conflict, and I do understand that, but you would assume it would get to the point where guys would want to do something about it. And you have to understand, too, that there's only a 50-50 split of guys who would even be willing to do something about it. I would say it's 70-30 at this point, due to there being a lot of weak men. Most men, their mating strategy is to agree with women, back women with whatever their choices are, to more symbolize that they are superior to the guys that they are just unwilling to compete against in the hierarchy. And so even those guys, what's going to happen is there's going to be some guy who's in a position of power, which is going to be damn near impossible anyway, because women are a large percentage of the vote. And if you say something like, I would like for our daughters to dress with more modesty in school, those women who have a vote are going to run to the streets. Those men who do not want to compete against other men or women are going to try to run to superiority, like moral superiority, support them in the streets. One of these guys is going to get hit over the head because they're doing too much, and then everybody's going to say the police are being trying to enact the structure and system of chaos are being too brutal, and then it goes back to the beginning. So we are so far removed with anything being done about this that I don't think people understand. All you can really do is, again, try to protect your daughters from these types of mentalities. I think having a strong physical appearance so people respect your opinions and they feel like you're a person worth listening to is only but for the most part, there's not much you can do. This is how it is. A slow burning of society and a crumbling because the men are so comfortable and so refusing to indulge with conflict that they just go that they're too afraid to just say no, won't allow it, and so anything will be allowed and it'll continue.
In life, when things don't go our way, especially if it's a massive deal, well, yeah, things can spiral if you can't get a handle on it. And in the world of MMA, where a fighter persona essentially is what their entire lives are wrapped around, it's pretty understandable that losing a world title is a giant